Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Her Garden Diary. Today I'm going to be doing a mid-July garden tour with everyone, and so I hope you guys enjoy watching. So I'm just here in the back courtyard. This was my pea patch. Now it has, some parts have started to go and some parts are not really going. Again, this was just an experiment to see if I could grow peas back here. Unfortunately, as you can see, I had to cover most of it because it became a cat toilet bowl. So that will be rectified next year, but that's pretty much what happened here. And so I did amend the soil with some homemade compost. And getting ready for next year, I think I'm going to be putting tomatoes and peppers in here just because of the heat. So yeah, I have gotten some peas off of here, so it wasn't a complete fail, but it wasn't how I wanted it to be. Again, I have my roses here. I had to come in and do a big pruning and a cleanup. So I did clean out these beds and hack them back quite a bit, which is fine. They always seem to come back very well the next year. These are John Cabot roses. I had forgotten to mention that, or couldn't remember what the names were, so they are both John Cabots. And over here I did have to prune back this tree as well. Actually, I did a lot of pruning and cleaning up back here, just to open up the space. There was a lot of weeds and lots of branches that needed to be chopped off so that we could get some airflow back here. And I still have a lot of weeding to do. It's just a never-ending battle here. However, I wanted to show you all of my tomatoes. In the last month and a half, I have had a huge explosion on all my tomatoes. They are just loaded here. And I think my favorite out of the tomatoes that I have here are, of course, these Roadsters. They're just beautiful. Like, they're perfectly sized tomatoes. That one back there is a Primo Rom. No, Supreme. No, what the heck is that again? Primo something or other. It's supposed to be a big beefsteak, but I've had to hack these back. As you can see, I had to really hack them back. They're basically, for a determinate tomato, I don't think they're supposed to be that hacked back, but they just got too heavy and I've had to double stake them. So this here is a Mountain Princess. I've never grown a Mountain Princess before, and as you can see, she's already starting to blush, which is fantastic. And the one back there excuse me, is a Marklope, and the size of the tomatoes on this plant are just gorgeous. Like, that's a perfect size right there. I'm quite happy with the tomatoes this year. And I've had to cut this sage back twice now. It just grows and grows and grows, which is fantastic. I make my own sage smudge sticks with the sage that I grow. So that is basically that bed here. And then moving on to this one here, my cucumbers have taken off quite a bit here. I have a random sweet pea that grew from last year. And so yeah, I have quite the nice cucumbers here. I actually have never had them this nice before. And as you can see, I have some little baby cucumbers forming here. This should be quite a prolific bush, to be honest with you. I see lots of flowers and lots of stuff. Oh, I wanted to show you guys. The mama cat had kittens, and so they wander around here. They're quite cute, and that's daddy cat. That's my cat, but we figure he's the daddy because they all look like him. Anyway, again, I get distracted by cats. I have here which one is this one again? This is Early Girl Bush. I got this from TNT Seeds in Manitoba, and I think there's probably about 15 fruits on here. Yeah, it's great. I'm excited. As well, I have my Tiny Tim, who is putting off a blushing tomato. That's really nice to see. This thing always gets loaded with little tomatoes. I always grow these because they're quite prolific and they always do well for me. Then I have my Supremo Roma, which is finally putting off some really nice sized fruits here. Not as many as last year, but that's okay. I don't really use a lot of Romas for like paste making or anything like that, so we just eat them. And this guy, holy moly, he is loaded. Look at the size of the tomato in there. It's crazy. It's loaded. I had to stake it. Again, I had to stake everything. As you can see, I'm probably gonna have to, like, this thing is just heavy. I'm surprised this branch hasn't broken. Oops, sorry. This is the Manitoba. I don't think I've ever gotten that much fruit off of, I think that's like one branch. There's got to be like, I don't know, what, 16 on there? 10, 16, I don't know. Crazy, but I'm quite happy with it. So that is that bed there. Doing lovely. And I'm just going to pan around over here to the beet bed again. I'm getting ready to maybe pull some of these. I ultimately wanted to pull them all at the same time and do some canning, but I've noticed that a lot of them are all different sizes, so they're not all the same size, unfortunately, but whatever. A lot of the front ones are pretty small and a lot of the back ones are pretty big, so I'm gonna go through at some point when I have some time and pull some of these. I also have a lot of weeds in here as well. Sow thistle, yay. Beans. This is my Emerald pole beans. I'm finally getting some flowers on it. It kind of looks funny. These leaves are kind of weird, but it is flowering, so that's, I'm not going to complain. And it's going all the way up to the top. In about another month, this thing will be fully flushed and full of beans. Full of beans, ha ha ha. Anyway, so I'm not worried about it. This here is a Fort Portugal jade bean, and they are drying beans. So ultimately these should be staying on the vine until they are spent and done, and then I will use the seeds in soups. Excuse me. This is the first time I've ever done this kind of bean. I would have ultimately liked it to go all the way up the trellis. That is what I'm looking for, similar to the Emerald. I have purchased some new beans from My Gardener for next year, and I'm hoping that they will, something will go up this trellis. I seem to have very bad luck with this particular trellis. So here is the Jolly Jester, and I remember in my last video I had mentioned that I wasn't quite sure. Now, I wasn't quite sure about how I felt about these flowers, but like, I really like the color of these flowers now. Like, this video does not do justice to the vibrancy of that yellow. Like, it is bright yellow, and I actually really like the color of the flower. I'm just not all that sold on the height and the straggliness of the flower. Still not sure I'm going to plant any more next year, but it is quite nice. Very nice. Okay. Where do we go now? Over here is just more of my marigolds. My mint is on its second harvest now, and it came back full force, and my spearmint as well. Okay, so let's talk about the peas here. I had mentioned in my last video that these peas were not the best. They were very patchy, and this bed is just impossible for weeds. I just can't. The weeds are everywhere. I pull them and they come back like right away, and as you can see, the peas are dying. So I'm basically, my next project is I'm going to pull all of this fencing out. I'm going to dig up all of the soil. I'm going to amend it with my new compost. However, I forgot to cover it the other night. We had a rainstorm and it got all wet again, so I have to wait for that to dry out. But I do have some pretty good sized peas on here. Actually, this looks pretty good, and there's some down here that are ready to pick. So we did get some peas off of this, but it just wasn't how it usually is, nice and full. And I do struggle with this bed, but we'll figure it out. Hi, bud. This is Walter. Walter just got neutered, but he doesn't seem to faze him. He's just guarding the yard. Okay, so moving over here. The last time I had spoken or made a video for you guys, I had showed you that this clematis was a new clematis. Now, I still don't think it likes it here. It's looking a little sad, and what I did was I put rocks around it because they like to have cool roots, but it doesn't, I don't think it likes it here. So maybe next year, I don't know. We'll see how it comes back next year. I mean, it has flowered and everything, but I was expecting it to be like all the way up the wall. I don't know. We'll see. And then, of course, I have my lavender here that I grew from seed. I'm quite proud of. I did clean out this bed because it was overtaken with weeds, as usual. What else is new? Here is my morning glories that are finally taken off. If I can get this guy to go to his home. There we go. This guy's going all the way up, which is fantastic. In another month, this thing will be absolutely full of beautiful little flowers. It actually is quite nice. And then, of course, my rose that I had to do a big hack back on as well. I'm having some obvious pest issues here. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it's eating the foliage. I'm not... Ooh, yuck. Okay, well, I found the culprit. There he is right there. Ew, I touched it. So I've obviously got a worm issue here. I know you can put powder, but you know what? I'm just going to leave it. I still got pretty flowers to enjoy, so it's okay. Okay, moving on to the pepper bed here. Oh, look at that. I'm excited to see that my, what are these again? Auras? They're blushing. They're turning orange. That's fantastic because they're massive. They're huge. So that's nice to see. I don't know what's going on with my Cubanelles here. This happened to me last year with some of mine. They got this black on them. I don't know if they're supposed to do that. I don't think they are, but yeah. I don't know. They're kind of small from last year, but loaded. I mean, they're loaded, so I don't know what to say. I got some peperoncinis here. Just little guys. They actually don't look that great, to be honest with you. I don't know what the full size of peperoncini is supposed to go to. They seem to all be getting to this size, so maybe they're ready to pull. I'm not quite sure. This is a big guy down here. Oh, they smell good though. I did pull my first Ancho Poblano. It was probably double the size of this one, and I pulled it just because I wanted more of the energy to go to these guys, because there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 really nice sized peppers there, so I wanted the energy to go for their growth. So I did pull that one. I tried it and the flavor is okay. Probably not my favorite, but I liked it. It wasn't terrible. I just cut it up and froze it. And here we have a paprika pepper. These are supposed to turn red, so... And this plant is very slow. It's not the most prolific plant, to be honest with you, so we'll just have to see how that goes. And then again, my Cubanelles have this on it. I don't know what that is. So yeah, my Carmen peppers are doing fantastic. I can't get over the size of that. Like, how big that is. That's huge. And this one. I think they're supposed to turn red when they're ready, so I'm just gonna leave them. And again, the leaves are in the way. I'm so sorry, guys, but look at the size of that. That's great. I'm really happy about my peppers this year. Very, very happy. Yeah, doing great. And lastly, we have the rest of the peas, the garlic, and the lettuce that I'm still working on. I haven't even made a dent on it yet. I do have slugs crawling on it, which is kind of gross, but that's why you can wash it, right? Yeah, so I mean, I gotta eat this stuff, and already the stuff that I kept from before is coming back amongst the thistles. And yeah, so like these peas they're probably ready to come off, so I got some work to do, but it's okay. I thought I'd just show you guys what's going on in the garden. I'll take you over to Robert's garden, my boyfriend's garden, and show you. Now, I didn't do a video, but I have done a huge harvest over there of beans, and I pulled some carrots as well. I should have probably filmed that, but I didn't, because at the time I wasn't, sorry about that, I had to change my video angle. I realized it was too wobbly. Anyway, at the time I did not have my phone with me, but I had a pretty good harvest. I can see if I can insert a photo to show you guys my first harvest. But yeah, let's go over to Robert's garden and we'll show you that one. Okay guys, so here we are back at the big garden. Still looking quite bountiful. I just wanted to show you this whole section here is Barlotti beans, and I have all of these beans just waiting to get dried here. So many. My beets are coming. There are some down here that have some pretty good heads. Other than that, I think they need a little more time. That one's pretty big down there, but yeah. So over here, I've been harvesting off of these. Oh God, the mosquitoes are terrible over here. I've been harvesting off of these purple beans here. They're called burgundy bush beans. So yeah, I've been harvesting quite a bit out of these plants. I pulled a whole bunch of carrots yesterday for my boyfriend's mom. So there's a big area here. The rest of these ones are the rainbow mix carrots, and they need a lot more time here. Medicinal garden is looking great. I've got, I did a big pruning on this mint plant here, so it's looking a little sad, but I got quite a bit of mint off of it. I also have a toothache plant here, and you can see the buds on it. If you chew on one of those, it will numb your mouth. Catmint is looking great. The reason why I came over here is also because I wanted to take some of my woolly lamb's ear. I tried to catch those kittens, and the little buggers bit me really good. So I'm going to try taking a little bit of this lamb's ear and using it for, I'm sorry, I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes here. It's driving me nuts, for this medicinal purpose here. So I'm going to take some of that. We've got lots of chamomile and straw flower, dianthus. Everything is looking really great here. I have lots of flowers on my zucchini, and I will show you. I even have a little zucchini growing, if I can find it here. Oh, I've got two. There we go. We've got a little zucchini down there. Lots of flowers. This is great. Tomatoes are looking fantastic. Calendula, dill. Yeah. Everything is just great here in the garden. Oh, I just wanted to go check out my pumpkin. I don't think I'm going to get any pumpkin this year. I feel like I should have something already, and I don't even have a female flower. So yeah, I've got lots of male flowers, but no female flowers coming, which sucks because I really wanted some pumpkins. But it is only mid-July, so we will see. And of course, my mammoth sunflowers are mammothing. My mullein is flowering, and my milk thistle is gigantic. And I have a bucket of fertilizer steeping there. Ew, it stinks. Alrighty, so I just want to show you a quick view of the garden. I need to go mend my fingers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. So I just wanted to show everybody the lily garden that I made for my mom. She's been passed since 2013. She loved lilies, and so I decided I wanted to make her a lily garden, because I believe she's with me every day, so I know she would be very proud of this beautiful garden here. And yeah, she'd probably sit in her chair and just look at these flowers all day long and enjoy it. So yeah, that's what it looks like. And I hope you guys like it too.